it take to reunite two best friends turned enemies who were responsible for some of the greatest music to come out of the 1960s? And no, I'm not talking about the Beatles. Today I'm talking about New York City's very own masters of folk pop, Simon and Garfunkel, and the legendary performance that became known as the concert in Central Park. But first, let's start at the beginning, shall we? Picture it. New York City, 1970-something. Graffiti and other property crimes are prevalent. The murder rate is at an all-time high, and more than 250 felonies a week are committed on the city's subways. By the mid-70s, the city had fallen on hard times, and the 843-acre park at its very centre was no exception. While crime rose and buildings grew dilapidated across the city, Central Park also became increasingly neglected and suffered from erosion, decaying trees, and vandalism. Realising the urgency of the situation, the Central Park Community Fund was founded in 1979 with the support of then Mayor Ed Koch. After several years of renovation and long-needed improvements, NYC Parks Commissioner Gordon Davis and concert promoter Ron Delsener developed the idea of putting on an open-air concert in the park to raise money for the newly formed Central Park Conservancy Fund. Delsener and HBO, who would be broadcasting the concert, quickly decided that the ideal choice for the show would be Simon and Garfunkel. Though Paul Simon and Art Garfunkel had parted ways over a decade earlier, the duo were Queens natives and wrote some of their most iconic songs about the city itself. Unfortunately, the rehearsals leading up to the concert proved to be decidedly ungroovy, with Simon and Garfunkel in constant conflict over decisions like the song arrangements and the musicians that were to be hired. But ultimately, the good vibes eventually prevailed, and the concert, which took place on September 19, 1981, on the park's Great Lawn, was watched by an estimated 500,000 people. After taking the stage at twilight, the duo opened with their 1968 chart topper, Mrs. Robinson, and went on to play a set of 19 more songs. In the end, the concert for Central Park would raise a total of $51,000 or over $175,000 in 2024 and was deemed a success in helping to raise awareness around conservation efforts. And today, Central Park stands as one of New York's biggest tourist attractions and most beloved landmarks. Animosity defeated by friendship in order to save a cherished symbol of the city? Only here in New York.